All right, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel. Guys, we have a very interesting knife for you. This is a Tiguass design from Kubey and their KB line, which is their premium line. So this is the Knives Fast channel. So why don't you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. If you are here watching this video and you're not subscribed, I would like for you to leave a comment below and tell me just how horrible I am that you will not subscribe to this channel. No, I'm kidding. Please don't do that. I don't need to know that. But subscribe, notification bell, like, and comment. And wow, that was way too much information. But anyway, so this is the Kubey KB244A, the gray version of the Kubey Muso in M390 and titanium. About knocked you over there. But this is a Tiguass design. And in my unboxing, a lot of you said that this is the most normal Tiguass design you've seen, and I would agree. Most of his designs are very art-based. This is arty, art-ish, and very innovative, but it is also very normal. It's just a knife, okay? So you have a titanium frame lock here. It does have, wait a minute, yep, it does have a steel lock bar insert and an over travel stop. It has a loop over very deep carry clip, as you can see, that goes in the middle of a clamshell design. So this knife, and by the way, somewhere in this video, you're going to see not a disassembly, you're going to see a disassembled video of this knife, and I'm going to point out some of the internals for you on this knife that are really cool. Now, I didn't do the disassembly because I'm a fumble fingers on camera. I didn't put it back together on camera. It's just literally showing you the knife disassembled and some of the cool things about it. And one of those is that clip sandwiches between there. You've got a screw on either side, very cool. You do have a one side tooling and a beautiful pivot with that blue anodization. Gotta love it. Just a cool knife. Now you do have three really cool kind of milling lines here in the gray titanium. And I point that out because you can see I sort of put a scratch in it right there. So it's definitely like a blasted coating finish on this that I scratched there. Look at this, guys. This has very tight tolerances. You can actually see that this is dead center, but man, there is not a lot of room there, and it is fitting down inside the handle except for this little bit, which means, by the way, you can't access this fuller. It's just there for looks. You cannot use it for deployment. You just have a flipper tab with some jimping, but man, the tolerances on this one are very tight. You have an internal stop pin. You have bearings. You'll see that in the disassemble video. And you have a beautiful compound ground satin finished blade. This reminds me of the blade on the Interflow, the Kubey Interflow by James Lowe, but it is way smaller, as you can tell. Matter of fact, here's my hand. You can see it's just a 4-finger grip. You have a great sharpening choil with a really nice plunge. Hollow ground through here, flat ground up here, very thin. And as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and find my cardboard here and let's do a little cutting. And you can see, guys, whoops, it caught there, sorry. That was me on the sharpening choil. But yeah, you got to be aware of that. Don't get in the sharpening choil, but it does cut very nicely as expected. And it doesn't help that I was just cutting through a label. Man, let's cut a part of this that doesn't have a label on it so you guys can actually see. There you go. See that, how clean it cuts? All right, now I got to clean the blade because it's going to bother me to have goop all over the blade. So let's do that, but keep talking. So you can see, as a matter of fact, while we clean it, here is the Ontario Rat 1, which is quite a bit bigger. Here is the Ontario Rat 2. And again, just a really cool looking knife. My OCD is getting me, so we're going to clean this real quick. And no, I don't really have OCD, but it is definitely something when something gets on a blade, I cannot stand to continue doing a review and show you guys a knife that doesn't look nice where you can actually see the blade properly. I want to give the knife its due, so there we go. Beautiful, beautiful knife indeed. Now, 4-finger grip, as I was saying, contoured. Look at that. Very nice and contoured, nice and chamfered as well. You are in this finger well here, but even with this acting as the guard and the finger well, I still get 4 fingers here. Now you do feel the clip right here, but it is not a hot spot in my opinion. You can get it at a point, even with this ramp here, since it goes back down, that it feels great in the hand. Very, very nice indeed. Great access to the lock bar and a very nice chamfer, so you can see drops to my thumb. Very nice detent in both on the fact of how it snaps out there and on where the detent engages. So you can see here, man, we are past the detent, right? That is it. We are past it. So to me, just fantastic. Drops to your thumb, shake it down on bearings, as I said, very nicely done. Now these are available, and you can actually get 20% off the $220 price of this knife. It is M390 and titanium for $220, but you can get 20% off with code KC20LT at checkout. It is in blue, in black and gold, or black and bronze, I think it is, and this silver and blue. It is 7 inches overall, 2.95 inch blade. The handle is 4.06. Handle thickness is just 0.47 of an inch. Blade thickness is 0.12 or 3.1 millimeters. Bowler M390. They actually give you the sharpening angle here. It's 20 degrees. Cage ceramic ball bearings, really nice. And it is 2.65 ounces, and it is made in China. Tip up, left and right carry. Very, very nicely done. So $220, and again, you can get that discount. Now, we're going to, I don't know where, somewhere in here, we're going to probably right here. We'll go to that footage right now of the knife disassembled. All right, so you're watching this review in the future. I just got this knife in yesterday. You guys are watching the review, so you already know it's the Kubey Muso designed by Tiguass. But I wanted to show a few things that I haven't seen Kubey do on a lot of their knives, but we actually have a really nice detent ramp. Now, I've had this knife for a day at this point, and you can see both the bearing, the bearing race and the detent track have already started wearing in really well. This is a cool design by Tiguass. Now, the way the clip works is you have a screw under here. It comes in the bottom. You have a notch here. You can see on both ends. You have a notch on both sides of that clip. You should just be able to reverse that. I'm not worried about it because I'm not a lefty. And then there's a screw on the other side. And then the other thing I thought that was really cool, 2 other things. Number one, they have built-in washers, and you can see those washers are already wearing in really nicely on the bearings. And then I don't know if this is a Tiguass thing or a new Kubey thing, because what I've seen Kubey do before for a captive pivot is, I picked up the wrong end, is they've done like a line across. And that walks a little bit. Well, what they've done here is you actually have a little milled in notch, right? I mean, like almost like a little pin there, and then a notch in the pivot. And to me, that is really good. It is milled. Hold on, I got to get it lined up. It is milled really well, and it fits in there perfectly. So some really cool touches from Tiguass and Kubey. Again, standard bearings. These are probably 5mm 3/16 would be my guess. Just looking at them. and just a really cool design. So I'm going to put this guy back together so I can let it sit and then review it. I'm going to make sure I Loctite it, but if you think about it, I really just got to do Loctite on this one side of the pivot. One side of the clip and one side of the pivot, and that's it. This is an extremely simple design. Very, very well done by our friends at Kubey. All right, so we're back. Hope you enjoyed that disassemble part. Now, guys, one thing I wanted to mention, after I disassembled this knife, I did a live stream, and in that live stream, I said that this knife had developed, and I didn't talk about this. There is no no blade play, and there is no lock rock. Man, there might just be a fraction of a bit of lock rock, but minuscule. When I disassembled this and put it back together, I told everybody it had developed lock rock. Once the Loctite cured, most of that went away. There's a tiny bit there of lock rock, but not a lot. So not really worth even worrying about. The knife is not going to come unlocked. As you can see, it is definitely locked up really, really well, but it's worth mentioning that there is a small, tiny amount of lock rock there. And, definitely worth saying, by the way, it is locked up at about a 50%. It is centered, and yeah, little bit of just a tiny bit there, and I almost forgot to mention that. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Tiguass knives, to me, this is not one I would usually gravitate towards because of the Tanto blade shape, but because his knives have so many cool details, this one is really, really interesting to me, and I hope you guys thought so too. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and thanks for watching the Knives Fast channel. What was that, Trevor? The Knives Fast channel. See ya.